Movement through membranes. There are many ways that substances move in and out of cells. The first is diffusion. Diffusion is a passive process. Passive means that it does not require ATP. In diffusion, substances move from a higher concentration to a lower concentration along the concentration gradient. Substances that use diffusion are ions like potassium. Facilitated diffusion is just like normal diffusion, except that a specialized carrier protein is involved because the molecules are too big. It is still a passive process and still occurs along the concentration gradient from a higher concentration to a lower concentration. Glucose and amino acids come into the cell this way. Osmosis is the net movement of water from a higher concentration of water to a lower concentration of water along the concentration gradient. Water moves through the cell membrane in the kinks. Active transport is active. Active means that it uses ATP. Active transport moves ions against their concentration gradient so that they build up on one side of the membrane. Nerves use this process. Next is bulk flow exchange, and there are two types, endocytosis and exocytosis. Endocytosis moves large volumes of substances into the cell. There are two types of endocytosis. Phagocytosis takes in food, whilst pinocytosis takes in liquids. In endocytosis, the cell membrane reaches out with little arms called pseudopodia. The pseudopodia reach around the substance being engulfed and bring it into the cell. The cell then wraps the substance in a membrane. Exocytosis is the opposite of endocytosis. Exocytosis transports large amounts of substances out of the cell. The Golgi apparatus puts the substance in a vesicle. The vesicle then joins with the cell membrane and the substance is expelled. Both endo and exocytosis are active processes because they use ATP.